A great summer vacation. I just returned from the greatest summer vacation. It was so fantastic, I never wanted it to end. I spent 8 days in Paris, France. My best friends, Henry and Steve, went with me. We had a beautiful hotel room in the Latin Quarter, and it wasn't even expensive. We had a balcony with a wonderful view. We visited many famous tourist places. My favorite was the Louvre, a well-known museum. I was always interested in art, so that was a special treat for me. The museum is so huge, you could spend weeks there. Henry got tired walking around the museum. I need to take a break and rest. We took lots of breaks and sat in cafes along the River Seine. The French food we ate was delicious. The wines were tasty, too. Steve's favorite part of the vacation was the hotel breakfast. He said he would be happy if he could eat croissants like those forever. We had so much fun that we're already talking about our next vacation. The attack on Pearl Harbor. On December 7, 1941, the United States of America was attacked by the Imperial Japanese Navy at Pearl Harbor, Hawaii. The surprise attack was intended to destroy the American Pacific Fleet that stood in the way of Japan's complete domination of the Pacific Ocean during the 1940s. The attack was coordinated with attacks in the Philippines, Malaysia, Singapore, and Hong Kong. Pearl Harbor was attacked by more than 350 Japanese airplane fighters, bombers and torpedo planes that were launched from 6 aircraft carriers. The early morning attack sank 4 U.S. battleships, and 4 more were heavily damaged. 6 of the 8 battleships were restored and returned to service, but the Japanese also destroyed or damaged 3 cruisers, 3 destroyers, a minelayer, and an anti-aircraft training ship. In addition, 188 U.S. aircraft were destroyed, with many of them on the ground. The attack was devastating. It took the U.S. years to recover from all the damage caused on that fateful morning. However, the Japanese were unable to destroy their main targets, the Navy's aircraft carriers. By what some call a stroke of luck, the U.S. carrier fleet was out to sea at the time of the attack. The country was in shock at the news of the disaster. U.S. President Franklin Delano Roosevelt called the attack cowardly, and declared December 7 as a day that will live in infamy. On December 8, the United States formally declared war on Japan. This plummeted the country into World War II, which Roosevelt had long hoped to avoid. Soon after the United States' declaration of war against Japan, Germany, which was a Japanese ally, declared war on the US, and the country was now fully involved in the greatest war in the history of the world. My name is Kevin. Hi. Nice to meet you. My name is Kevin Delton. I am 19 and a student in college. I go to college in New York. My favorite courses are geometry, physics, and history. English is my hardest course. My professors are very friendly and smart. It's my 2nd year in college now. I love it. I live in a big house on Delta Street. It's near the college campus. I share the house with 2 other students. Their names are Ravan and Cresta. We help each other with homework. On the weekend, we play cricket together. I have a younger brother. He just started high school. He is 12 and lives with my parents. They live on Kotukul Street in Balby. Sometimes they visit me in New York. I am happy when they visit. My mom always brings me sweets and candy when they come. I really miss them too.
Preparing food. Jack was hungry. He walked to the kitchen. He got out some eggs. He took out some oil. He placed a skillet on the stove. Next, he turned on the heat. He poured the oil into the skillet. He cracked the eggs into a bowl. He stirred the eggs. Then, he poured them into the hot skillet. He waited while the eggs cooked. They cooked for 2 minutes. He heard them cooking. They popped in the oil. Next, Jack put the eggs on a plate. He placed the plate on the dining room table. Jack loved looking at his eggs. They looked pretty on the white plate. He sat down in the large wooden chair. He thought about the day ahead. He ate the eggs with a spoon. They were good. He washed the plate with dishwashing soap. Then, he washed the pan. He got a sponge damp. Finally, he wiped down the table. Next, Jack watched TV.
Christmas, a holiday of traditions. Christmas, observed on December 25th, is a Christian holiday that celebrates the birth of Jesus Christ. Christians of different denominations go to church on Christmas. Many Catholics go to midnight mass. In the United States, however, the holiday has a much more secular tone, and is celebrated throughout the country. Many people, regardless of their religion, put up and decorate a Christmas tree. The tree can be a real evergreen or it can be an artificial tree. Lights, strings, tinsel, and even popcorn can be used to decorate a Christmas tree. On the top of the tree is a star or an angel. The decorations are usually red and green. The purpose of a Christmas tree is to have a central location to place gifts. According to legend, a jolly fat man with a beard, named Santa Claus, leaves presents under the tree. Children in the US often write lists of things they want Santa to bring them. Many parents bring their children to shopping malls across the country to tell a man dressed as Santa what they want. These children are often also photographed with the mall Santa as a keepsake. On Christmas Eve, many children leave milk and cookies for Santa. Of course, it is the parents that buy the gifts from the wish lists, and even eat the cookies and drink the milk. On Christmas Day, children usually wake up early and run to the tree so they can see what Santa brought them. Adults can also exchange gifts at this time. People don't just decorate a tree at Christmas. Many also elaborately decorate their homes with lights. Some of the displays are even synchronized to Christmas songs called carols. Originally these songs were religious, but now they are about the spirit of the season. Our vacation. Every year we go to Florida. We like to go to the beach. My favorite beach is called Emerson Beach. It is very long, with soft sand and palm trees. It is very beautiful. I like to make sandcastles and watch the sailboats go by. Sometimes there are dolphins and whales in the water. Every morning we look for shells in the sand. I found 15 big shells last year. I put them in a special place in my room. This year I want to learn to surf. It is hard to surf, but so much fun. My sister is a good surfer. She says that she can teach me. I hope I can do it.
My family at home. My family lives in a small house. It's simple but pretty. It has a large garden. I like to work in the garden, but my sister hates to work in the garden. She prefers to read. She reads in the morning, in the afternoon and at night. I give all of the vegetables to Mom and Dad. They like to cook in our small kitchen. I eat any vegetable, but my sister eats only a few. My family always eats breakfast and dinner together. We talk. We laugh. Then my sister washes the dishes. At night Dad likes to listen to music. Mom works on the computer. I watch television. And my sister reads. Soon we go to bed. My parents go to bed late, but my sister and I go to bed early. I'm ready to go to sleep, but my sister wants to keep reading.
The city where I live. My name is Clark, and I will tell you about my city. I live in an apartment. In my city, there is a post office where people mail letters. On Monday, I go to work. I work at the post office. Everyone shops for food at the grocery store. They also eat at the restaurant. The restaurant serves pizza and ice cream. My friends and I go to the park. We like to play soccer at the park. On Fridays, we go to the cinema to see a movie. Children don't go to school on the weekend. Each day, people go to the hospital when they are sick. The doctors and nurses take care of them. The police keep everyone safe. I am happy to live in my city.